and welcome to Myanmar Today. I'm Henry Zin. Here are the latest news and reports. Third International Jams and Jewelry Fair, which will be tax-free for foreign buyers. A story coverage on copyrights and medical products in Myanmar. And the last report on Fund Fair to mark 19th anniversary of Free Funeral Service Society. Now, before we get to the reports, why don't we have a look at what's happening in local news. The second day of 2020 New Year DHAMMA ceremony took place at the People's Park near Shwedagon Pagoda in Yangon Thursday evening. Rector of THWE World Buddhist University and Abhidhamma University, Dr. Patanda Nandamala Bivamsa, delivered a sermon on the welfare of the nation. Well-wishers donated foods, and private hospitals and social organizations provided free healthcare services to the congregation. Yangon Region government arranged public transportation for the event, and private taxi owners offered their free services. On the third and last day of ceremony, Chancellor of THWE International Buddhist Academies, Sayadaw Dr. Ashin Yanesara, will give Dhamma talks to the congregation. Union Minister for Social Welfare, Relief and Resettlement Dr. Wimya A. welcomed the members of International Women's Peace Group from the Republic of Korea in Naypyidaw on Thursday. The IWPG has opened its offices in over 100 countries, including Myanmar, in 2013. During the meeting, the officials discussed possible cooperation with the Myanmar National Committee for Women's Affairs, implementation of the National Strategic Plan for the Advancement of Women, 2013 to 2022, issues on women, peace and security, conducting peace education to promote the role of women in peacemaking processes, possible ways of Myanmar women for a site event at the 2020 edition of UN Commission on the Status of Women, which will be held in New York, the United States, in March this year. Union Minister for Education Dr. Myo Thainji attended the workshop on MATRIC exam rules for the examination supervisors, joint supervisors and students at No. 2 Basic Education High School in Pyemanat Town on Thursday. The Union Minister urged the attendees to cooperate on the implementation of the education system reforming process to establish a quality education system, saying to increase the strength and minimize the weaknesses of the reform processes after reviewing them. He also urged the region/state education offices and related universities to cooperate on increasing the pass rate of MATRIC exam, saying not to assign the pregnant teachers, aged teachers, ailing teachers, and high school teachers who are not fit for the subjects to check answer papers. Courts passed sentences on 3 women criminals who committed separate cases of trafficking in persons in Ayeyarwady Delta and Shan State last month. Police filed lawsuits under the Anti-Trafficking in Persons law against 52-year-old Matnai and 49-year-old Masulai in Jaungon town of Ayeyarwady region for their plot to sell 2 women in their 20s and 30s living in the same town as the wives of Chinese men after taking them along Yangon Muse Road to Rayli or Shweli, although the 2 victims were enticed with jobs for 200,000 kyats per month at a textile shop in Yangon. Bathane District Court handed down sentences of 20 years in prisons and labor, each on the 2 human smugglers on December 23rd. A 26-year-old woman, identified as Manapu from Mongpian Town in Special Region 2, Shan State, persuaded the 2 girls in their 20s in Kanglet Town in Tachi Lake Township to marry men in neighboring China in exchange of cash for their parents. Police from Kanglet Town filed a lawsuit under the Anti-Trafficking in Persons law against Manapu, and the Tachi Lake District Court pronounced the verdict of 10-year prison and labor on December 23rd. A Japanese film crew of Tokyo Broadcasting System took the scenes of Bagan Archaeological Museum and Tharapa Gate in Bagan Archaeological Zone and scenic Mount Popa from Popa Resort on Thursday. The crew also documented the travelers at the Shwezigong Pagoda, Tilo Minlo Pagoda, Sulamani Pagoda, Ananda Pagoda, and Tabinyu Pagoda in Bagan, and Yangon International Airport in Yangon. On 3rd and 4th of January, they will shoot the Mount Popa Nets Festival and pagodas in Bagan. The documented videos will be broadcast on TBS channel in Japan under the title Beautiful Cultural Zone in February. Well, that's all with the local news, and here's the first report on Myanmar Today. The third Yangon International Jams and Jewelry 2020 is coming soon on the 10th of January to 13th of January. The fair will be tax-free for foreign buyers' purchase. It is organized by Gems and Jewelry Entrepreneurs Association of Yangon and is proudly supported by Myanmar Gems Enterprise and Ministry of Natural Resources and Environmental Conservation. Gajo finds out more at the press event for the upcoming fair.
Myanmar is rich in natural resources, and it produces world-renowned precious gems like rubies, sapphires, jade, and other semi-precious gems like spinels, aquamarines, garnets, and peridots. Moreover, Myanmar's South Sea cultured pearls are also popular among the wearers. The third Yangon International Gems and Jewelry 2020 will take place from 10th of January to 13th of January at Lotte Hotel in Yangon. It is organized by Gems and Jewelry Entrepreneurs Association of Yangon and is proudly supported by Myanmar Gems Enterprise and Ministry of Natural Resources and Environmental Conservation. Few gem fairs in Myanmar showcase the finished and polished gems and jewelry, and this fair is one such in Myanmar. It is learned the purchase of the foreign buyers will be tax-free. This was announced at the press event at the Lotte Hotel for the upcoming fair on Thursday.
The
foreign buyers will have to open cash memo with MGE for all the gems they purchase. The purchase made by the foreign buyers will be tax-free. We will also include a sealed bid auction like the previous fair in 2019. Myanmar's ruby and jade came top with record high price and quality in international expos. Despite this, we have not received any benefit from it. So if the auction market improves completely here in our country, the revenue generated from the gem sales will be able to contribute the country's development.
Over 650 foreign visitors visited the last year fair, with the majority coming from US and UK. The first sealed bid auction was highlighted at the second Yangon International Gems and Jewelry Fair 2019, and it was a great opportunity for the overseas buyers as well as the local buyers. There will be the second sealed bid auction as well as a Gems Forum at the third Yangon International Gems and Jewelry Fair 2020 to promote and expand the gems industry of Myanmar to international. However, the government suspended the gems mining sites in Kachin State, quoting the risks such as environmental damage and social issues. The mining sites are notorious for landslides that claimed many lives in the past. Therefore, this leads to drop in raw material production. Lutto enacted the Myanmar Gemstone Law in January 2019 with no new mining sites made available.
The
gems processing in other countries have improved. Thailand, Vietnam, and China are good examples. Their tech is good. Myanmar needs to improve crafting to rake in more income rather than selling the raw stones. The government banned stones mining to promote conservation, so the number of raw stones production dropped. Selling polished Myanmar jewelry is new here, but the international exhibition showcases the product made from our raw stones. So we want to bring the potential and market back to Myanmar to promote sales of gems and jewels made and polished in Myanmar.
The fair will also feature the auction where $450,000 worth of Myanmar ruby will be bid for auction, as well as $1.2 million worth of jade. The gems which will be sold at the auction alone will be $5 million worth. The fair will also feature the design competition to promote the designing of the gems and jewelry in the country. This is Agajo reporting for Myanmar International Radio.
That's a report on 3rd International Gems and Jewelry Fair, which will be tax-free for foreign buyers. Alright, it's time now to check on the weather forecast in Myanmar. In Yangon, it's a nice weather with brilliant sunshine, but air quality will be unhealthy for sensitive groups during the day. Expect highest temperatures of 34 degrees Celsius and the lowest of 20 degrees Celsius. In Naypyidaw, a pleasant weather with sunshine and patchy clouds during the day. Expect highest temperatures of 31 degrees Celsius and the lowest of 18 degrees Celsius. In Mandalay, there's considerable clouds with a thunderstorm in spots during the day. Expect highest temperatures of 26 degrees Celsius and the lowest of 17 degrees Celsius. We may just experience considerable clouds and humid weather with a stray thunderstorm at night. Well, we have another report coming up, and then we check on the stocks and currency exchange rates. The Bill for Proper Copyrights of Trademark Law, Industrial Design Law, Patent and Copyright Law was passed last year, and the government is working on implementing the newly introduced law to the public and business persons. Therefore, with the aim to spread this awareness program to medical industry, awareness giving seminar was held on Thursday at the UMFCCI. Williamson has the details.
Myanmar mainly depends on the medical products imported from abroad, as there is very little medical productivity activities in Myanmar. And one of the biggest market players with the highest medical products importers is India. Around 20 to 30% of imported medical products are from India. Even though there are few medical products manufacturers in Myanmar, these manufacturers contribute only a little amount to the national average use of medical products. Therefore, the formation of proper rules and regulations in manufacturing the medical products by providing strong and low copyright protection is also important for the medical-related business owners. Therefore, with the aim to spread the awareness on all this procedure and process to the manufacturers as well as to consumers, the first IP, or Intellectual Property Law and Trademark Law Awareness Program was held on 2nd of January 2020 at UMFCCI. Speaking to the media, Dr. THWE, Deputy Director General of IP Department, said,
လုပ်ဆောင်နေတဲ့လုပ်ငန်းစဉ်အစဉ်စဉ်ကိုအများပြည်သူသိရှိသွားနိုင်ဖို့ရယ်နောက်ပြီးတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့တွေအနေနဲ့ဒီကုန်မစည်မှုပိုင်းကွင်းတင်ကျင်သောသူများအတွက်တည်တည်ကြိုက်တဲ့သတင်းချက်လက်များ
The main purpose of today's meeting here with all the business person is from our department of IP. We would like to promote and make it known to the public how important it is to have copyright law for the goods that we sell to the public. At the same time, we also want to spread this awareness program to the business to collaborate with the newly introduced laws and rules on copyrights for any products. In January of 2019, we were able to pass copyright law for industrial design law and trademark owners law. In March, patent law was passed, and on 24 May, copyright law for medical-related articles and research paperwork. However, we are still in the process of implementing all these laws, and we are also working on forming different organizations to support all these newly passed laws.
The current copyright law in Myanmar has a system where first-use system is used. This is the system which offers a better opportunity to the first-hand users of the copyright law, whereas the latecomers get less privilege in it. But the newly introduced law will allow the business person first-to-first system, where the first person to abide with the newly introduced law will be given better opportunity than the latecomers. But one of the main challenges for the newly introduced law is there is a need of proper technological support to implement the project well. For the IT support, the government is collaborating with WOIP, or World Organization of Intellectual Property. One of the best advantages abiding with this copyright law will have is it will be able to protect the local products bearing the name of the original brand, and trademark owner will have safe and secure business plan for their products. Explaining further on the essential role copyright plays for the production of the product's ownerships, Mokai, the chairman of Myanmar Pharmaceutical and Medical Equipment Entrepreneurs Association, said,
အဓိကကတော့မိုဘိုင်းခွင့်က ပမာနိုင်ငံမှာဥယျာဉ်စမှာတော့ကျွန်တော်ဒီရှိကြတော့ brand နဲ့ brand ကိစ္စရင်စမှာပေါ့ဒီ brand
We still have not had separate brand trademark ownership law. We have just passed the bill. But sooner or later, we will have law where we have proper protection in building new brand and maintaining it. It will also able to protect the manufacturers from other black market from product duplication.
Another main aim of introducing this copyright law is to promote domestic production of medical equipment and proper production of the future medical market in Myanmar. This is Williamson for MI Radio.
That's a report on copyrights and medical products in Myanmar. And now we have an information on currency rates from Myanmar Central Bank. $1 is at 1,471 kyats. 1 Chinese renminbi is at 211 kyats. 1 euro is at 1,649 kyats. 1 pound sterling is at 1,945 kyats. 1 Singapore dollar is at 1,092 kyats. 1 Malaysian ringgit is at 359 kyats. 1 Thai baht is at 48 kyats, and the Indian rupee is at 20 kyats. Gold is trading at $1,534. Silver is at $18. And Brent crude oil is at $62. On the Yangon Stock Exchange, FMI went up 500 and it's at 11,500. MTSH remains at 3,900. MCB is at 8,200. FPB remains at 23,000. TMH dropped 50 and it's at 2,900. You're with MI Radio's Myanmar Today. You can log on to our website at miradio.com.mm and catch many other great programs of MI Radio on the website. We're also running on 96.1 FM in Yangon, 96.5 in Mandalay, and 96.7 in Naypyidaw. Alternatively, you can download our app on both iOS and Android platforms. It's easy to search. Just type in Myanmar INTL Radio and you'll find the app. Download it on your devices so you can listen to our radio programs on the go. Stay with us as we bring you more reports on Myanmar Today. And here's the last report on fund fair to mark 19th anniversary of Free Funeral Service Society. Free Funeral Service Society Yangon organized a series of events including a fun fair and music concert on Wednesday to mark the 19th year anniversary of its founding. It was founded back in 2001. Yenai has more.
Free Funeral Services Society Yangon organized a fun fair on 1st of January to mark the 19th year anniversary of its founding. FFSS, which is a civil society organization led by prominent artists, especially for movie industry, was founded exactly back on 1st of January 2001. The ceremony to mark FFSS 19th anniversary was held in a series of events at its headquarters, including music concerts for charity fund. FFSS also hosted Japan-Myanmar Trade Fair, which was jointly organized by children's NGO Futogoro and Myanmar Polestar Travels and Tour Company Limited. For more details on this event, FFSS Yangon Operation Manager U THWE told MI Radio.
Back in 3 years ago, we did a similar trade fair in collaboration with Japan. This year too, we had contact from them. They said they want to do a trade fair during our 19th year anniversary celebrations. This is how we came up with the idea to do fun fair and music concert.
During the trade fair, over 40 exhibition stalls showcased local and traditional products from both countries. Products from Japan included traditional food, commodities, utensils, cosmetics, haircare products, while Myanmar displayed clothing, local delicacies, and educational books and other commodities on special sales.
We have been providing clothing, medicine, and other medical facility for children in Myanmar since 1995. But 3 years ago, we met FFS's Chairman Uchodu and become friends since then. From there, we found out more on the organization and the charity they are doing. That is how we came up with a good idea to make donation here by doing fanfare with the things we collected. And we will donate all the money we earn from this fanfare to FSS. What we expect is our donation can be of great help to the family who cannot afford to do the funeral on their own. When it comes to charity, Myanmar people do more actively and willingly than our Japanese people. That is the reason why we are here doing charity to them, at the same time steadying their charity spirit.
FFSS also staged the music concert from 2 to 5 p.m. during that day, as a part of the celebration to mark FFSS 19-year anniversary, which was joined by the country's popular artists and dancer groups from movie and entertainment industries. The steering committee of FFSS was formed on 1st of January 2001, starting with only 2 vehicles for funeral charity services. Free Funeral Services Society is the brainchild of most legendary film director and accomplished artist Sayaji Utuka, and also with the guidance of Pyamaso Association from Mandalay. The well-known actor Ujadu is leading the organization as its chairman, together with the support from every walk of life, such as celebrities, writers, publishers, business persons, employees, even working class. At present, the charity organization is running with more than 90 staffs and 300 volunteer staff.
So far, we have helped around 193,000 funerals, and we have also plans to fulfill the needs of ambulances as well as charity clinics. For education, we have Tukha Alin Charity School, and for the healthcare too, we opened medical facility for dialysis.
FFSS organized its 19th-year anniversary celebrations on the first day of January. The chairman Wu Jodu couldn't attend the event as he had to join the meeting of interfaith charity associations in Malaysia.
That's all the reports on Myanmar Today. Time to look at the world through the international landscape now. U.S. Defense Secretary Mark Esper on Thursday said the United States still sees a political agreement on denuclearization as the best path forward on the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, but that American forces remain prepared to fight if necessary. DPRK top leader Kim Jong-un declared that the country will promote the project for developing strategic weapons and, quote, the world will witness a new strategic weapon to be possessed by the DPRK in the near future, quote, during the plenary meeting of the Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea in Pyongyang at the end of December. Pyongyang once warned Washington of a possible Christmas gift after Kim gave the U.S. until the end of the year to propose new concessions in talks over his country's nuclear arsenal. As a response to Kim's statement on the, quote, new strategic plan, U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said the DPRK should choose peace over war. In other news, Libya's parliament on Thursday denounced as high treason Turkey's prospective military intervention in support of the UN-recognized Tripoli-based government. Libya has been beset by chaos since a NATO-backed uprising toppled and killed its former leader, Muammar Gaddafi, in 2011, with rival administrations in the east and the west vying for power. The elected parliament in the east is allied with military strongman Khalifa Haftar, who is at war with the UN-recognized government of National Accord, headed by Fayez al-Sarraj. Turkey's parliament passed a bill on Thursday approving a military deployment to Libya, aimed at shoring up the UN-backed government in Tripoli. The motion passed by 325 votes to 184. And follows a request for assistance by the beleaguered Tripoli government, which has been under sustained attack since April by Haftar. In other news, the Pacific nation of Palau has become the first country to ban sun cream that is harmful to corals and sea life. From Wednesday, sun cream that includes common ingredients, including oxybenzone, is not allowed to be worn or sold in the country. Palau's president, Tommy Ramagansau, said, quote, "We have to live and respect the environment because the environment is the nest of life." Quote. The island nation markets itself as a pristine paradise for divers. A lagoon in Palau's Rock Islands is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The country has a population of around 20,000 dotted across hundreds of islands. The ban, which was announced in 2018, prohibits sun cream containing any of 10 ingredients. The list includes oxybenzone and octinoxate, which absorb ultraviolet light. The International Coral Reef Foundation said the banned chemicals were known environmental pollutants. Most of them are incredibly toxic to juvenile stages of many wildlife species. Well, that's a wrap, and thanks for joining me on Myanmar Today. I'm Henry Zin. Enjoy the long weekend, everyone. See you again next week.